Okay, let's try this inequality one more time. We've got inequalities. They're going to be, if they're less than, right, you should be able to write the word less out of it. This is going to be a dotted line. It's also going to be shaded down because it's less than. If it's greater than, it's still a dotted line, but it's going to be shaded up. Now, if it's less than or equal to, it's going to be a solid line and shaded down. If it's greater than or equal to, it's going to be a solid line and shaded up. Now, if the y is negative, there's a negative in front of the y, you do the opposite. Okay? OPP. Alright? So, and this should be a y. Alright, so let's do this. How can I make these opposites? Easy. I'm going to multiply this by a negative. What that does is it makes this negative x. It makes this a negative y. It makes this a negative 2. I'm not worried about it being greater than or equal to, because right now we're just doing linear combination. And so I'm going to add these two up. It's going to cancel those y's, and I'm going to get just 1x is equal to, and a 1 plus a negative 2 is a negative 1. Okay? Now, all I need to do is plug that in. But if I wanted to, I could take this x plus y equals 2, and this 2x plus y equals 1, and I would just get the opposite of the x's. I'm going to multiply this by negative 2. And this would be negative 2x, and this would be negative 2y, and this would be equals negative 4. Just like we did the whole chapter. These x's would cancel. This would be a negative y, okay, is equal to negative 3. And so therefore, y would equal 3. And so I have an intersection at x is 1, or negative 1, and y is 3. And so when I graph these two equations, okay, let's call this the red one. When I plug in a 0 for x, I get a 2 for y. If I plug a 0 in for y, I get a 2 for x. Right? So what that means is I've got 1, 2, and 1, 2. Okay? Then if I use this as a blue one, and I plug a 0 in for x, I get a 1 for y. If I plug a 0 in for y, I get a 1/2 for x. Okay? So that's a 1/2 for x, and a 0 for y, and a 0 for x, and a 1 for y. Right? What that gives me is 1/2 and 1, and this goes up, and at negative 1, 3, I have them crossing. At negative 1, 3. Now, what I need to know is, how do I shade them? Well, this tells me that it's less than or equal to, right? That's my red one. So equal to means it's solid, less than means it's down. The blue one is greater than, and the y's are positive, so I'm doing exactly what it tells me to do. Greater than means up, and so I just go up. Now I can double check it, and the 0, 0 should only work for the red one. So it should only work here. So 0 plus 0